Hey everyone, this is Rachel Talbott and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a little tutorial, something a little different with my Cricut Explore, which I want to thank Cricut for sending me this to test it out and to have fun and be creative, and also for sponsoring this video. I have been having a lot of fun. I am a newbie to the Cricut family, so if you've been using your Cricut for a while, you might be a little bit more advanced than I am. I'm still learning all the fun tips and tricks. Cricut can seem a little intimidating at first, but I promise once you get used to it, it's not. It's as simple as plugging it in with a USB to your computer or via Bluetooth with your iPad, and then popping into the Cricut design space. Now, once you get into design space, you can be creative by using your own logo, creating your own designs, or you can look through their categories and see some of the project inspirations that they have in the design space. As I scroll through Design Space, you'll notice that there are hundreds of ways to be creative. A lot of people actually start businesses using their Cricut because they can get creative with custom sweatshirts, t-shirts, mugs, but you can also have fun creating for the holidays, for birthdays, for events. I'm going to show you a few examples of how I got started with my Cricut, and maybe that will inspire you if you have one or if you have been thinking about getting one. I started by downloading the Cricut Design Space app in my applications, and then I clicked New Project. I clicked Text and then added the text that I wanted to print onto vinyl for a decal that I'm making for my bathroom mirror. So I just wanted to write perfectly in Perfect. My Cricut is already plugged in via USB to my computer. When printing on vinyl, you do not need to mirror the image. So basically just click Make It, and it will prompt you what you need to do next. On the Cricut, you have a little dial button. Basically, it informs the machine what it will be printing on, so I chose vinyl, and then I chose the fast mode option. You can cut the vinyl to match your measurements and place that on the grip mat, load it into the machine, press the blinking Cricut, and then it prints out your text or image. Super fast, super easy, and then you just remove it and start to weed it with this really cool weeding tool. Some people talk about how they like weeding and some people don't like it. I find it pretty therapeutic, actually. It's basically just removing any excess vinyl to reveal whatever text or image you chose. Then I'm using transfer tape. I'm putting that on top, and then I'm using the scraper just to gently scrape the front and the back. So it basically transfers the decal onto the transfer tape, and then you're ready to put that transfer tape on wherever you want your decal to be. So I did a decal for my bathroom mirror, and I also did one for the back of my car. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I did. I start by cleaning the surface with alcohol wherever you're gonna be putting the decal. You go ahead and place the transfer tape on and scrape it so that it sort of transfers onto whatever surface you are meaning for it to go onto. And then you gently peel back. This one was a little tiny bit tricky because it was definitely sticking to the transfer tape, but it worked out pretty well. And then the one that I did on my car was like a breeze. It came out super clean. I put the one on the mirror. I have the white premium vinyl, and I also decided to do decals on this little chalkboard, and I'm just going to do a menu in our kitchen. So I printed out the Sunday through Saturday decals, put that on the chalkboard. I also wanted to experiment with decals for the back of our car. So I ended up doing this mountain one, which was really easy. It transferred perfectly, but Byron was making fun of me because he's like, how come you put the mountain in the middle of the... Like, I didn't put it at the bottom, which is normally where you'd put decals. But luckily with this particular vinyl, it stays on really well. But if you decide you want to remove it, it's easy to remove as well. So I can get creative with decals in the future. But I actually really liked this one, and this one was in Design Space. There are endless options for how you can be creative. The other thing that I wanted to learn and experiment with was iron-on vinyl. So I took this jean jacket. I have a bunch of jean jackets in my closet. I thought I would customize this one by putting a peace sign on the back. So I measured how big I would want my peace sign to be, and that way I know how much vinyl to cut and put on the grip mat. I also went into Design Space and I searched images and just typed in peace sign, and there are a ton of different options. I ended up finding a really fun one that said music with a peace sign, and I decided I would put that on the front of the jacket. So again, you can be as creative as you want with it. You can customize clothes for yourself or other people. You can size it in your project, or they have the option to choose templates, and you can see a variety of different fashion garments. So like a shirt or a sweatshirt or a hoodie, they have all of those options. If you go under fashion, you can sort of work with whatever it is that you want to print onto. So it's really easy, very user-friendly. I decided to put the music decal on the front of the jacket and then the peace sign on the back. And I was just having fun with this because it just reminds me of my family. My mom's really into peace signs. My dad's in a band, in Ringo Starr's band, and they're all about like peace and love and music. And so I just thought that this would maybe be a fun jacket to wear to a concert when we can start going to concerts again. When printing onto iron-on material, you want to make sure you choose the mirror option, because if I print it as is, the music is going to be backwards. So you don't have to worry so much about something like a peace sign, but definitely a text like music, you want to select mirror. This mat is sticky, so you just go ahead and place your iron-on top of the sticky mat, insert it into your Cricut, and then it will begin to print your image. I'm using the Easy Press iron and mat that they sent me, but you can use a towel for the mat and your own iron if you just want to simplify. Always iron your garment first before placing your iron-on decal, just to obviously make it smooth and remove any excess moisture. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that, and then I'm going to let it cool down a little bit so I don't have to worry about any transfer happening. And then once it has a second to cool down, I'm going to place my decal exactly where I want it. So in this case, pretty simple, just putting a peace sign on the back of my jacket. I thought this would be fun too, to even bedazzle, and there was a lot of different peace signs. It was between this one and they had like an herbal peace sign, which I kept going back and forth. I ended up deciding on this one. Maybe I'll do another piece of clothing with the herb peace sign. But yeah, I just place the iron on top, I press the button, it counts down for how long it needs to be on top of it, and then you just gently peel back. And it has an up to 50 wash guarantee, so that decal should stay on your clothing piece for up to 50 washes. So I'm doing the back, and then I'm going to go over to the front and do the decal, and then I have a really fun customized jacket. I might end up giving this piece to my niece. But yeah, I used to be a trend follower, and now I like to try to be creative, and I love that you can sort of have fun and customize clothes to represent you and your story and your life. In Design Space, I searched moon, and I found this really cool image of a moon that I wanted to put on a simple t-shirt. So in the templates, you can choose a classic t-shirt. You can actually even select your size. So I selected extra small. I ended up finding a t-shirt at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale for $2.50. This particular image had several different layers, so since I'm pretty new to Design Space and also using my Cricut, I decided to minimize the amount of layers to just 2. So the moon and the background with the smaller moons. And then I'm using the leftover from my peace sign project, putting that on the mat, inserting that, and then just allowing it to print onto basically the leftover that I had. Shining in the sky. My eyes sing a song about love to bring me sunshine when I'm awake. So I'll see a smile I gently press with the iron and then make sure my iron-on has properly transferred onto my shirt, and then I gently remove to reveal the beautiful design. So for my first round of experimentation with my Cricut, the last thing I decided to make was a custom sweater for my niece. So I had a hot pink sweatshirt that I found on sale. I decided to do a black rose with the hot pink sweater. So I looked in the design space, found a really cool image with a black rose on it, printed that out onto a black print-on. Or iron-on rather. And then I cut it. I'm going to save the leftover, of course, for any other projects that I do, weed, and then iron on and press. And it's just that easy. It's done and ready to give to my niece. Or honestly, like I said, if you want to make these and sell them, have fun with them, give them away as gifts, there's a million different ways to be creative with your Cricut. So that completes this video. Hopefully, if you're new to Cricut, this gave you a little bit of information, or if you've been kind of on the fence about whether you want to get one. I definitely foresee myself using this a lot for so many different things, but this was just sort of the tip of the iceberg and the beginning and having fun and experimenting. If you are an avid Cricut user, I am open to any and all tips, tricks, and ideas, as I am pretty new to using it, but wanted to share a tutorial on how easy it is to get started. It feels intimidating at first, but it's really fun, and there's a lot of different things you can do with it. So I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more and sharing with you. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do so many different types of videos. I love to have fun with crafting and just sharing my life around my home. And just sharing my life with you. I hope you enjoyed these videos, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.